really nice guy. I've emailed Bill numerous times. We've talked back and forth. I honestly believe that he loves the Lord. He honestly believes that the Lord has spoken to him and told him that, revealed the Aleph Tav to him. So it's not like he's doing this out of a want to deceive people. However, he's wrong. That's all there is to it. And, I have to say that it's not the Lord who has told him that this is true. It's just not. And, I mean, I don't know what that means, but this is just nonsense. Here's Bill talking about the Aleph Tav.
When you see the Aleph Tav in a verse, it actually has several profound meanings that should come to mind.
By the way, Bill reads inflection very oddly.
Very dramatic.
Well, I almost feel like he does what Christopher Walken does, which is take out all punctuation out of his scripts, and then just read. But kind of try to put that aside and just listen to the content, because what he's saying is interesting at best.
And all of them can be and should be applied. First and foremost, the first mindset you would want to apply is covenant, as in regard to the strength of the covenant, because this is actually what the two letters mean in Hebrew when joined together.
By the way, we're hitting number 2 and number 3 and number 4, which is Paleo Hebrew and the Aleph Tav. So Bill's actually touching on both of these, Paleo Hebrew and the Aleph Tav.
Hebrew letter Aleph is the symbol of the ox head in Paleo Hebrew, and it has several meanings.
And in Greek, and in Phoenician, and in Edomite.
Okay, hang on.
Is strength. The Tav is 2 sticks crossed together in equal measurements. And the Tav also has several meanings, but its predominant meaning is the covenant in regard to equality of measurements.
Go ahead, Rob.
Oh my goodness. So where does he get these meanings?
Well, and that's an excellent question, because he says that there's different meanings to, several different meanings.
And he's going to tell us there's many meanings, but I'm going to tell you.
Oh, but wait, Rob, it gets so much better. You're going to love the end of this. It's got 20 seconds left. Listen to this.
Of 2 or more in agreement. So in looking at Genesis 1:1, it can actually be understood to say that in the beginning created Elohim by strength and covenant the heavens, and by strength and covenant the earth.
Okay, so here's the
he and Missler need to
that's just it, is that there's pictures on the website of Stafford with Michael Rood and Monty Judah. Monty Judah, both of those guys are false prophets, so I'm not sure why Stafford would want to associate with them in any way, shape, or form. This is the problem with not only Paleo Hebrew, with both the Aleph Tav and the Paleo Hebrew, is that now Stafford has been able to implant his own meaning, a different meaning, into the text that is simply not there. And you might say, oh, okay, well, yeah, he put in a different meaning, but it's a good meaning, right? By strength and covenant he created. By strength and covenant. You can't change the Word of God. It's the Word of God. I don't care how you're changing it. I don't
and then
care.
He's adding the prepositional phrase by means of.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just it is. I don't know what the word for it.
It's such an offense.
It's a distraction. It's nonsense, and it is.
It's an offense.
Yeah.
Why? I mean, anyone who loves the Scriptures, who loves the Word of God, I don't care. I could make a passage say, "Oh, Jesus Christ is God and King." Well, that might be true, but you can't change the Scriptures to say things. And what it does is it opens the door to be able to change the Scriptures in other places for things that aren't great.
Does that mean I go to any place where it's the et is there, and I'll say by strength and by covenant, God did, or whoever did whatever.
Well, what about
whenever they use the et, it must mean strength and covenant.
Well, what about that passage that you brought up the last week?
Oh. That's the et asher, like in
Yeah, but it's like when do you have that passage
I
handy?
can find it. Yeah. So, well, the
It's when Noah.
one passage is from Zechariah 12, where it says, "He will look upon him, the Aleph Tav, whom he has pierced." Well, if I use that same hermeneutic, it's Genesis 9:24. Noah woke up from his drunkenness, and he knew the Aleph Tav.
By strength and by covenant. Put by strength and by covenant.
Or by strength and by covenant, what his youngest son had done to him.
What?
It's just...
Yeah, it doesn't work.
No, it doesn't.
And that's to me, it's so egregious that people would stand by and let someone tamper with the scriptures. I don't care if it's tampering with the scriptures to try to make them better. You can't make the scriptures better.
They don't need our help.
Exactly.
We need to learn sound exegesis, and that is a full-time job, right? I mean, we that's what we need. We need sound biblical exegesis. We need to build on the rock. And all these people are getting into these weird myths and speculations, and the idea of letters having power and significant meaning in and of themselves. It is nonsense. It's a distraction from the truth.